as far as what type of exercises to do. I'm going to do bicep hammer curls, seated bicep hammer curls, which means I'll be sitting down doing the bicep hammer curls. And I'll do at least 3 sets of bicep hammer curls. 10 kilo bicep hammer curls. So 3 sets, 10 kilo bicep hammer curls, at least. I might do more, but at least 3 sets. And I'm going to do some push-ups, tilted push-ups or baby push-ups as I call them sometimes. Push-ups against the bathtub. Start with the push-ups. I didn't break my fast yet. I have food in the oven and I've completed the meal prep, the 3-part meal prep. I've cooked the meal and it's on a heating temperature in the oven now. I've made the super shake and I load up the gram pulse and those supplements. So the 3 parts of my meal prep is finished. So everything is ready for breaking my fast. So I call these tilted push-ups alternately baby push-ups because they're easier to do than on the floor. So I'll do wide push-ups against the top. I do this on countertop sometimes as well. And we'll go at least 15 reps. That's 16. A little bit wider. I went to the kitchen and had a sip of my super strength coffee and vitamin C water. Now, vitamin C water is more precise called vitamin water because it has B complex in it. Other than vitamin C, it has B complex and creatine in it. This will be seated bicep hammer curls. and I'm going to do at least 3 sets, 10 reps. So 10 reps per set, 10 kilo bicep hammer curls, and at least 3 sets. 3 sets, 10 reps, 10 kilos. I do at least the first set seated. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. That's 10. That's what you need to put the light on. That's 10. Switch it up. So that was the second set on the right arm. This will be the second set on the left. Remember I said 3 sets at least. Third set now. Don't forget to double tap your screen phones on your phone to leave a like. I don't like when people come in leaving comments and I can tell that they didn't click the like button. About time people get blocked if they show up leaving comments and it says 0 likes still. Okay, now it went up. Hello, Chris. Big Mike, hey buddy, keep the elbow down. Isolate the biceps more. When I go past perpendicular, you are using nothing much. Well, I'm gonna keep doing them the way that I do them. I did bicep hammer curls with verbal form. So one of the optimized ways of doing bicep hammer curls is sort of how I like to do them. I start here, and normally I do them standing, not seated. And there's a tendency for my shoulder to want to go forward. So I do them, I stand, good posture, and then I roll back my shoulder. And I like to relax my arm completely. There's also a tendency if you're holding weight that you're not holding all the way down, you're kind of having it not full extension. So I like to have the weight, roll my shoulder back, relax my arm. I do that by vibrating it, shake it arm a little bit. Relax the arm all the way down, and then go up, and then down again, and then reset, because sometimes the shoulder wants to go forward and I push it back, reset, do it like that. And that's the formula I like to do, like to use. Another, what more about the way that I do bicep hammer curls typically. I like to do it like this for growing grip strength. Finger, grip strength and wrist strength. So I like to let the weight hang down, so rather than starting here, I let the weight hang down like this and hook my fingers so I don't have a tight squeeze on the bar, on the handle. I let it use my fingers like hooks. I'm just relaxing the fingers, letting the weight hang, and then the first part of the curl becomes a wrist curl. See? That turns into, a finger curl that turns into a wrist curl, which is good for martial artists. One of the most blade retention for training knife fighting, martial arts, or sword fighting, or something like stick fighting, blade retention. So part of what helps blade retention is your gripping technique, but the knife you're gripping, but also your grip strength. So doing the bicep curls like this, bicep hammer curls, I'm training my fingers, my wrist, and the arm, like this. See? So rather than start like this, and then just move it straight up and down, I let it hang down like this. First part becomes lifting the weight with my fingers only, and then it flows over into a wrist curl. So fingers first, and then a wrist. Why is the point? So people have different philosophies when it comes to exercising, and especially bodybuilding. There's like I get comments sometimes. I call it the form police. Okay, the form police shows up. Like there's always people commenting how you're supposed to do it, and they're not doing it the way that they think that they should. The way that I exercise is the way that I want to exercise. So there's different mentalities. My exercising is more functional fitness than traditional bodybuilding exercising, meaning I'm focusing more on building functional fitness that translates to athletic ability and combat effectiveness, meaning close quarters battle, like fighting, okay, with sticks, knives, fists, things like this. So I'm not focusing on the aesthetics, meaning having as big biceps as possible. So if I'm doing a bicep curl, if I'm keeping the elbow fixated here, yeah, it works my bicep more. Now if I do it like this and let my wrist go forward, obviously there's other muscles that are involved in the exercise. So there's different school of thoughts, and people exercise in different ways, and some people think this is the best way to do it, and this is not the best way. Now I'm not looking for health fitness coach. If anything, I could be one, okay? And I've been doing free health fitness coaching, so I don't really need anybody's input. I don't really need anybody's input on what I'm doing. I haven't needed people to hold me by the hand to learn things. when it comes to martial arts or exercising or diet, nutrition, I don't really need anybody. I have God. I don't need not any man teaching me. So I had the Holy Spirit. I had God helping me. And I don't like it when people come in and like try to coach me or something like this. Because I'm not somebody that needs a coach, first of all. I'm self-trained, self-taught in martial arts, everything. And I don't need coaching from somebody. If I want somebody's input, I seek it out. But I'm not, the titles of my license are not, I'm going like to exercise, come and tell me how I should do it or something like this. Like the title of my license when I'm exercising is not, go like to exercise, feel free to come and correct my form or something like this. So I don't need anybody's input. It's a little bit irking because I've dealt with a lot of people like this. People come in, leave comments on how I'm supposed to live. And none of these people ever have videos of themselves exercise on camera or showing their physique or anything. Same with people come and talk about when I'm training martial arts, you do this more, do that more, keep your hands up, down more, do this more. They never have videos of themselves training martial arts. Anyway, this is going to be the third set. So the first 3 sets I'm doing them seated. This is going to be the third set of bicep hammer curls on the right arm. And then the next set will be on the left. And that will conclude the first 3. As I set out to do, I decided at the beginning of this stream I'm going to do 3 sets. So this will be the third set. There might be bonus sets after that. I said at least. I'm going to do at least 3 sets of bicep hammer curls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rotate. Move to the left. One, 2, 3. Yeah, so I'm not looking for any input. So know that for the future, if you want to get blocked on my channel, come in being rude and disrespectful is a good way to get blocked on my channel. Where I'm training, exercising, come in acting like an unsolicited coach. Like who asked your opinion, like nobody, like people come in saying, do this, do that more, do this, you should supposed to do it like that, according to who? Somebody doesn't have videos of themselves showing the biceps on the body or exercising on camera. Okay, so I'm not looking for input, I don't need people's input. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it's disrespectful. And I guess a lot of adults now, they don't know how to conduct themselves. And it's like a subtle form of some kind of narcissistic evaluation, which is insinuating that I'm not doing it well enough. Say, when I watch other people's streams, people training martial arts or exercising, I don't show up doing things that people do that I need to call them out on in my chat. I don't go, keep your elbows in, or tense your wrist more, keep the elbows up, do this more, or something like this. Because you come off as rude and disrespectful.
like trying to tell another man how to exercise. So then it's like insinuating that I'm not doing it well. Apparently, I know how to exercise to be in great shape and have superior athleticism and everything else. But the way that I'm exercising, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not putting strain on any parts of my body. The way that I'm doing the bicep hammer curls is not creating strain on any type of my body. I would feel it because there would be pain or something. So the person now wrote, all good, just let you know. You wreck your shoulder swing. Like, no, I won't swing. I'm not wrecking my shoulder swing. Doing this is not wreck your shoulder. If it was putting strain on my shoulder, I would feel pain. Now I do have injuries to my shoulder, to my shoulders, rotator cuff injuries from Swedish police yanking on my arms. So I don't know if you want this cyberstalker to work for the program and in here work to cover up Swedish state injury caused to me. To be like, well, it's like if Mike has shoulder pain, it's because he's exercising more or something like this. But I've talked about it before, how I have rotator cuff injuries. In my early 20s, I was cuffed by police in the room, and then when the paddy wagon came to drive me to the drunk tank, I was cuffed by my back on the ground like this, and they grabbed me by my arms and yanked me up like this. See, like if you pull on somebody's arms like this, you create rotator cuff injuries. And after that, I sustained rotator cuff injuries. And for many years after that, I would have pain in my shoulders. And especially like when I'm moving in a certain way, it'd be like exercising, like things that I could do before this without any pain. I started lifting weights, doing bicep hammer curls, and I get to a certain part, I'd be pain and like clicking and things like this. Now, after many years of recovery, I don't have like constant pain there, and I have full range of motion. But you don't know what you talk about, and I wouldn't be surprised if one of these people that are in here intentionally trying to push my buttons. Because there's an agenda. I'm a tall individual, and I'm the target of a secret prosecution plan called gang stalker videos. And a lot of people show up irking me in my chat. They're flying monkeys, they're cyber stalkers. They work for the program that got put up to show up here and be annoying. And then there's a lot of toxic people in general. So I guesstimate, in my estimation, about 90% of, well, it's been changed, it's getting more views. It's got to be, let's say 50-50 maybe. 50% of people attacking me online and harassing me and pushing my buttons are cyber stalkers, and the other 50% are run-of-the-mill internet people that are like haters. Run-of-the-mill haters. You'll wreck your shoulders when I like that. I don't think so. I could probably go find pro bodybuilders doing the bicep curls the same exact way as I do them. I wouldn't be surprised. There's also another thing when I do martial arts. It's like narcissist evaluation, because I'm a self-trained, self-taught martial artist, and I can outshine pro athletes in certain aspects of athleticism. Like for example, Sean O'Malley makes a video boast about his hand speed. I see it, and I make a video being at least as fast as he is, throwing punches. Okay. Then I have the speed over featherweight and the punching power over heavyweight. See? And I'm self-trained, self-taught, so everything I can throw, boxing, punches, kickboxing, everything I've learned myself, thanks to God. And then people come in and be like, and it's like haters, like they're looking to say that I'm doing wrong. Okay, similar thing that what you're doing. Be like, I'm training martial arts, and be like, do this more, pivot more on your foot, put your hands up, do this more, you need to do that. Like who asked your opinion? Who asked your opinion? Did I ask your opinion? I don't need somebody to help me. I don't need somebody. I'm self-trained, self-taught. I don't need somebody to to help me out. The average guy might need to, that doesn't have talent or ability or God in his life, to teach him rest below my strength, some 144. He might need to, like the average guy, if he's gonna get good at throwing punches, he needs to go to boxing gym and has a coach hold him by the hand and teach him a little thing. But me, I've been able to do things myself, self-trained, self-taught. And for example, sometimes when I'm training, I don't always have this OCD, always never, like I'm always keep my hands up. Sometimes I'm training board shots, for example. So I might start like this, bang, 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 and then later on I start with body shots. And I'm rotating and hitting to the liver. I go like left, right, I think it is. Then people are like, well, you gotta hold your hands up, keep your hands up, or you'll get knocked down in 1 second or something like this. And anytime I get comments like this, I can find pro combat athletes training the same way on a heavy bag. Like Nick Diaz, for example, training body shots on a heavy bag. And anything when people criticize my training, martial arts training, I can go pull up UFC fights of guys in the UFC fight doing the same thing. Being this close to what they're hitting and not having their hands up, see? Or putting their hand, another thing, don't put your hand on your hip before you punch. And I can show a highlight reel from Roy Nelson knockouts, where most of his knockouts are caused by him putting his hand on his hip, dropping his hand, see, moving towards his opponent with punches, dropping his hand to his hip, and then going a wild overhand right and knocking the person out. And that's versus not the average Joe, see. So I'm training, and I might need to use my training in self-defense. I don't have to think. Even if God would send like an angel to my house and be like, hey Mike, I'm here from the future. God tells you, you're never gonna get in a street fight. You're never gonna have to use martial arts to defend yourself. I'll still keep training. It's like a passion. I will do it even if I don't need to think that I'm gonna get in a fight sometime soon to be motivated to keep training. Then that's the point. But anything that people criticize when I train martial arts, I can always find like a pro athlete doing the same thing I've been training in a fight. See, like for example, people whine about not having my hands up. So it's like it's always something like the look inside this of the walls. So if I start like this, I throw punches, and it's like a moment where I'm like this and I don't have my hands up, or I'm throwing punches, body shots. But you need to keep your hands up. You're knocked out in 3 seconds. Well, I can find people in the UFC and pro boxers in a fight also having their hands down in front of the opponent, and they're throwing punches or putting their hand on their hip. People in the UFC, or Nick Diaz, pro UFC athlete. From the golden era of the UFC. I can find training footage of him. I actually did it once when I was training, but do not keep your hands up. And I go pull up a video from Nick Diaz's Instagram and he's training on a heavy bag. And exactly what I was doing, he's like leaning in, he's not covering his head all the time, he's throwing shots like this without keeping his hands up. So it's really annoying dealing with people. I won't be surprised if you're one of these cyber stalkers. I won't be surprised. So I've done 3 sets of bicep hammer curls, seated, and I'm going to do the rest of them standing. And it's like, who are you? Do you have videos of yourself, guy with 58 subscribers? It's like as usual. David Goggins has a quote on haters. Constantly people don't want to see you being better than them. So you don't even, most likely don't have videos of yourself, your face, like the average guy who's a coward who lives, who's afraid to do what I do, to perform live in videos. And you're a guy critiquing something, there's no evidence of you doing. It's like there's no videos of you exercising or flexing or training. And like, why would I take you seriously? Like you're a guy on the internet, like you're doing it wrong, do it more. Who says you, a guy with a dad bod, for all I know. He's out of shape and unmotivated and doesn't know anything about exercising. It's like, why would I take you seriously? And I've been training like this for years, by the way. I've been doing bicep hammer curls
since I was 17, 18 years old. 10 kilo bicep hammer curls. And I didn't wreck my shoulders that way. Now what hurt my shoulders was, like I said, Swedish police officers pulled on my arms and I was cuffed behind my back and they put rotated cuff injuries. And for many years I had pain in my shoulders. And after many years of just time and healing, I don't have pain in my shoulders, so I can throw punches and do push-ups and lift weights. It's been healing, but I still really not like 100%. So there might be that you're here to cover that up. I've seen tactics like that before. It was like, I'm doing pull-ups, but you're gonna work your shoulders doing pull-ups like that. It's almost like it's a cover-up for the gang stalking program. I'm not talking state persecution, Swedish government gang stalking. And it's like, oh, Mike has been talking about having an injury from the Swedish state police hurting him. So we need to send people into chat to be like, oh, the way you're exercising will create shoulder injuries. When I've been years back saying I got shoulder injuries. Okay. So it's kind of annoying. And it's narcissistic dog abuse tactics. Where it's like, we know that Mike's violence is happened before. This is how they operate to cyberstalk and harass me. Their point is to control his perception and make me look like an angry bad guy. But the truth is I've been harassed for years on YouTube and people work to push my buttons. And they're trying to be subtle, so it's supposed to make me look like the bad person. It's like after I communicate my boundaries repeatedly, to be like, I don't like it, like I've been live, and the program knows it's like a lot of times Mike loses temper. It's like a button to push a pet peeve. He doesn't like when people show up, critique what it's doing and tell him you're doing it wrong, you should be doing this more. And that, from look at him, we know that a lot of times has made him lose his temper. Was like somebody comes in, do this, keep your shoulders tight or something, they said, okay, that has got him mad before. So that's a button to push. Let's send people in the chat, be like, do this, and it's supposed to look innocent, and my reaction is obvious. So it's really annoying. You're gonna get blocked. Says who? Keep that elbow down. It will isolate the biceps more. The way I'm doing it, the bicep curls, it builds my forearms and not just the biceps. So in bodybuilding, if you're training to have visually impressive muscles and not functional fitness, it's a different way of training. We're isolating and working only the biceps. The way that I'm doing them, I'm using the forearms too, and the wrist, like I said before, and the fingers and everything. So I'm getting a full arm workout, which translates more to moving sticks or hitting with a sword or a knife or something like this. So I'm not doing the bodybuilding training, it's like isolated 100% because I'm just looking to make the biceps swell up to look better. Okay. So I'm gonna end this live stream and start a new one. You're getting blocked. Can you ask for your opinion? I know how to exercise. I don't need somebody to teach me. If anything, I can teach. I'm gonna end this sort of part 2 with the chat on off.